Lawson set from the stretch. Looks at Davey at second. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, inning over. First strikeout for Tyler Lawson. And the top of the first inning is over. Fastball hitting the air right center field. This could get down in deep right center. It's going to. One run is in. Here comes A.J. Wright to score. Flying around third, coming in to score is Alex Conaway. He'll come in as well. A 3 RBI double for John Bennett has blown the game open. It's 8-4 Forest City. Fastball swung on. That's back to the shortstop. This could be 2. McDaniel flips it to Miller for 1. Back to first. Double play. 6-4-3. McDaniel, Miller, Bennett. Textbook for Forest City. 2 gone in the 8th. Zach Penrice back with you on the Forest City Owls radio network. A 2-0 Gastonia lead through 1 inning here at McNair Field in this wild card game. 1 and done. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. As Matt McGarry, Luke Setzer, and Michael Wilson will get it going here for the Grizzlies in the top of the second. Danny Poitamani still on the mound. Gave up that 2-run home run to Thomas Yoder in the top of the first. That's the difference in this game. Lefty-righty matchup here as McGarry steps in. The second baseman for the Gastonia. First offering. Fastball misses up and outside. It's 1-0. Jacob Brakefield, one of the most dominant half innings I think I've ever seen by an opposing pitcher this season. Really nice start for the right-hander for Gastonia, their starting pitcher. Here's Poitamani's 1-0 to Matt McGarry. Fastball swung on, lifted foul behind home plates. Just to the left side of the Owls dugout, it is 1-1. High energy in the ballpark in the first inning. Wonder if it'll simmer down a little bit as the game progresses. Deep breath for Danny. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Change-up foot line to the left side. Diving play by A.J. Wright. Can't be made. It's in the left field. A.J. Wright over at third tries to dive and make the play. A leadoff single for Matt McGarry, the junior from Belmont Abbey College. And Gastonia's got their leadoff man aboard. So a nice start there. As Luke Setzer will step up next. The Gastonia center fielder, who Forest City's seen plenty of as well this season. Junior at Catawba College. Runner at first, Matt McGarry gets his lead. Off the bag, being held by Reynolds. Poitamani from the stretch. First offering coming to Setzer. Squaring to bunt, pulls back on a fastball that missed the outside corner. About belt high as Barbary was thinking about trying to pick off Matt McGarry over at first, but couldn't really get the ball cleanly out of his glove. So he won't throw. It's 1-0. McGarry, the base runner at first, 5 for 7 on stolen bags this year. Setzer at the plate here with nobody out. 1-0. Fastball swung on, hit in the air to shallow center field. Connor Grant from his position in center racing in on this ball, and he'll hold up for Seth Hoagland to make the play now in right center field. At the last moment, Hoagland calling off Connor Grant. Those two needing some good communication, and they get it for the first out here in the second. If you're Danny Poitamani, you really need a cool down inning here. Slow things down. Try and settle in, because what you just saw to Jacob Brakefield, it might be a little bit tougher than maybe we thought. Obviously, only 3 batters have come up, but Jacob Brakefield looking solid on the hill early on for Gastonia. Here's Michael Wilson, the left-handed hitting left fielder, stepping in with 1 on and 1 out. First offering on the way. Fastball missed in the inside corner about belt high. It's 1-0. Michael Wilson out and left in this game, freshman at Stony Brook. The Seawolves of Stony Brook, they made it to the College World Series in Omaha a few years ago. Poitamani from the stretch, checks over on first base. He might have him caught. Matt McGarry's in a rundown between first and second. And Joel McDaniel has the ball, fakes the throw. Now Poitamani's got it. He's going to try and track him down. Poitamani will have to throw up to second base. Tag applied. Did he get him? Yes, he did. Tyler Miller puts the tag down, and they get Matt McGarry in a rundown. It went to Reynolds, McDaniel, Poitamani finished off with Miller. 2 away in the second. That's the first time Poitamani tried that pickoff move. Matt McGarry was going. And so they trap him off the bag for the second outs. So Michael Wilson now in a 1-out count. The base is empty and 2 outs. Crazy play early on. Poitamani ready to move. Out of the wide to the left-hander. 1-0. Breaking ball misses down and away. Tried that curve. Trying to fool the left-handed batter Michael Wilson. Didn't work. It's 2-0. Thank you to everybody tuning in tonight from the Forest City Owls Radio Network. Wild card game here at McNair. Ready to move Poitamani. 2-0 to Wilson. Fastball got him to the outside corner at the knees. It's 2-1. Michael Wilson here trying to rekindle a new rally after that good pickoff move from Portimani to pick off Matt McGarry. Wilson hitting .273 this season. 2-1 from Danny Portimani coming. Fastball swung on foul back over the cover right behind home plate. It's 2-2. Just gets a piece as Wilson rolling his pants up to the knees a little bit so he can show off his high black socks with black Nike cleats, the black jersey, gold letters and numbers, the same road uniform they've worn every game here this season. Portimani's moving. 2-2 delivery on the way. Breaking ball swung on, popped high in the air. Shallow center field. Tough play for McDaniel and Grant. Who can make the play? Joe McDaniel makes the play. The shortstop in shallow left center field, moving back over his head. Similar placement to that ball in Florence on Thursday night. McDaniel gets it done again. And will pop out to the shortstop in shallow left center. Ends the top of the second. But we'll keep it right here on the Forest City Owls radio network because it is time for On This Day in baseball history. We even do it for postseason games. So here on this day in baseball history, August 8th, 2006, Mark DeRosa makes 2 outs in 1 at-bat, ending the McAfee Coliseum contest in a most unlikely manner. On a 3-2 pitch, the Texas right fielder swings and misses, making the second out of the inning. But when his momentum causes him to make contact with the Oakland catcher, Jason Kendall, who was throwing to second, trying to prevent pinch runner Jerry Hairston Jr. from stealing a base, plate umpire Jim Joyce calls interference on the batter for the third and final out of the Rangers' 7-6 loss to the Oakland A's. So that's what happened. To end the game, the same guy made the 2 final outs by swinging and missing to strike out. His momentum carried him in front of the catcher, so he interfered with a throw down to second as one of the runners was trying to steal a base. So that's runner's interference as well, or excuse me, batter's interference. So 2 outs in 1 at-bat to end the game. One of the most unusual scenarios, and that is you're on this day in baseball history, August 8th, 2006. As now we shift gears back now to McNair Field. Forest City getting a little bit of momentum in that last inning as a nice pickoff move for Portimani as he got Matt McGarry. Still, Gastonia holds a 2-0 lead thanks to that 2-run home run off the bat of Thomas Yoder. And Forest City at the plate was sent down in order 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first inning. 2 strikeouts already for Jacob Brakefield, the starting pitcher for Gastonia. He was nasty in that bottom of the first inning, and so now the Owls in the bottom of the second will have Chris Chatfield, Carson Jones, and A.J. Wright. Couple of big bats here. See if they can get through to Brakefield. As we look to the Eye Auto Collision Center cleanup hitter, Chris Chatfield, who will lead things off for Forest City here in the bottom of the second, trailing 2-0. Early on, but Forest City looking to try and get some runs to get Portimani back into the swing of things here. Brakefield from the stretch, no windup as I mentioned, his first time out. First offer on the way. Fastball swung on line to left field line and foul. Hits off the brick building that's down the left field line, which is one of the concession stands here at McNair Field. Line shot opposite field is left-handed hitting Chatfield waits. Brayfield's 0-1, righty-lefty matchup here to start the bottom of the second. Here's the 0-1. Fastball swung on line back to the screen. Chatfield just gets a piece. It's 0-2. And so now on an 0-2 count, Brayfield oftentimes we've seen come back with slider, possibly that curveball or changeup. He's thrown 2 fastballs consecutively to start off this at-bat with Chatfield. Let's see what he does on the 0-2. Comes set. 0-2. Changeup misses down and away. There's that nasty change that's tough to read. Misses the outside corner and down. It's 1-2. Chatfield, a sophomore at the University of South Florida. From Riverview, Florida. Waits as Brakefield comes set. Here's 1-2. Fastball swung on, popped high in the air, left side and foul. Out of play behind the Gastonia dugouts and out of the stadium. Chatfield hitting .243 for Forest City. He was an all-star for these Owls, one of the 5 of them. Another all-star standing in the on-deck circle in Carson Jones. Chatfield leading the team with 9 home runs this season as well. Got great power. Brakefield set. 1-2 coming again. Fastball in the hand, swung on, fouls it back and out of play. Similar placement to the last one. It'll stay at 1-2. Winner moves on to the best 2 out of 3 series that will span from Thursday to Saturday. Winner of this will take on the winner of Savannah and High Point Thomasville. Going on down in Savannah. 1-2. Breaking ball swung on down the right field line. That is going to be a fair ball. Into the corner it goes. Bounces off the wall. Chatfield's going to try for 2 here. Good throw from Nick Bialik into second base. That is not in time. Leadoff double for Chris Chatfield in the bottom of the second. Forest City's got something cooking. There was definitely some hesitation from Chris Chatfield there as that ball took a favorable hop for Nick Bialik, the right fielder, but his throw was not strong enough as Matt McGarry, the second baseman, cut it off. And Chatfield with the head first slide into second. Base hit now for the Owls. Cuts the deficit in half. That's the first base hit for the Owls as well in this game. This Chatfield doubles, only his 4th double of the season. And now it's up to Carson Jones, the designated hitter. Runner at second, nobody out. In the second, Forest City trying to break through to Brakefield. No pun intended. I can see how it works. First offering. Changeup misses down and away. More of a slider, I should have said. It's 1-0. Down and away at the knees with Carson Jones. It's 1-0. It's the second inning and it feels like it's much later. That's postseason baseball for you. Anywhere, at any level. Brakefield checks the runner at second. Chatfield, big lead for him. More looks now. She stays from the stretch. And now Carson Jones calls time. Chatfield taking a big lead off of second base. Matt McGarry, the second baseman, is closest to him, but not very close at all. Chatfield probably not a threat to run from second to third. He's stolen second base a few times, but not ever third. Brakefield set. Checks the runner, Chatfield. 1-0 to Jones. Fastball misses downstairs below the knees. It's 2-0. And this is not unusual for pitchers. It happened to Poitamani on the top of the first, and it's happening to Brakefield here. When you let that first base runner on, it takes you a couple of pitches to simmer down, settle in, refocus, and regather your composure on the hill. Brakefield set again. 2-0 to Jones. Breaking ball swung on down the left field line. Foul. Scorched the ball into the corner off the bat of Carson Jones. Way out in front of that slider. A hanging slider from Brakefield. It's 2-1. Redshirt sophomore from Lander here, Carson Jones. The designated hitter here in this game. Runner at second. Nobody out in the second. Forest City trying to make it interesting here early. Brakefield's 2-1. Fastball misses down and away. Ball 3. Jones shaking his head, knowing he's not swinging to that. Takes a quick look down at Avery Booker, the third base coach for Forest City. Both teams' mascots on top of their respective dugouts. Hoot, the mascot, on top of the Owls, dugout on the first base side. The Grizzly over on top of Gastonia's dugout on the third base side. 3-1 from Brakefield. Breaking ball swung on, hit in the air to left field. Tough play from Michael Wilson, the left fielder. It holds up, he makes the play, but then falls down. Nice play, slipping on the grass in left field, just in front of the warning track, but is able to gather that ball and make the play. Jones is still standing at first base, wondering if that ball got away from Michael Wilson. And Jones is still over there. Chatfield stays at second. It looked like he caught it cleanly. Jones is not leaving the bag at first. And Colin Dupree, over coaching first base, is calling time here. And here comes Matt Reed, the head coach. Field umpire Stephen Grady says he's out. It looked like he caught it. Obviously, I don't have the best angle, but honestly, neither does Stephen Grady, the field umpire. Matt Reed, seldom will he come out and talk about calls, but he does there. Jones seemingly thinking that that ball got away from Michael Wilson, the left fielder. I don't think it did. But it's a quick conference as Matt Reed's heading already back to the dugout. So Chatfield stays at second as Jones flies out to left. Tough play made by Michael Wilson. Saved a run from scoring as A.J. Wright steps in. Righty-righty matchup here. First offering on the way. Fastball misses down and away below the knees of A.J. Wright. It's 1-0. Sophomore from UMBC, and that was another hanging slider on that pitch to Carson Jones that he just missed. He has, on multiple occasions, hit pitches like that over that 25-foot wall and left. Brakefield checks Chatfield at second. It was 1-0. Slider got him on the outside corner with the knees. That is an unhittable pitch from Jacob Brakefield. That's perfect. Exactly where you want it to go. Few umpires in the crowd for Forest City not too happy. It's the right call. AJ playing third base in this game as he always does defensively, or most of the time I should say. It's the 1-1. Slider runs up and inside, hits him. That ball gets away from Jacob Brakefield and hits A.J. Wright. 2 on and 1 out for Joel McDaniel. A hit by pitch puts A.J. Wright on. And here comes Joel McDaniel here, who is as of yesterday, this week's Owl of the Week, and that's for a good reason. Joe McDaniel this past week hitting .462 with a home run, 9 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, and 3 runs scored. His on-base percentage is up over 600 this past week, so here he is. McDaniel, the shortstop, 2-on-1 out, first pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted in the air to deep left center field. Michael Wilson, Luke Setzer going back at the track, at the wall. That ball is gone! Goodbye! Joe McDaniel does it! 3-run home run for Joe McDaniel as the Owls burst out of the dugouts. Forest City on top for the first time tonight. It's 3-2. There's that Owl of the Week as he comes across home plate, fired up. Exciting moments early. Both teams finding the early long ball. 3-run blast from Joe McDaniel. First pitch swinging as well. And he goes yard. How about that? That's just his 3rd home run of the season. Talked about how hot he's been as a hitter. And now Forest City's on top. Here's Chase Barbary, the catcher. Rakefield's first offering, fastball on the hand, swung on little looper to the second baseman, Matt McGarry. Can't make the play. One hops in front of him. Throw to first is in time. Nice play by Matt McGarry, the second baseman. Really good play. A little awkward looped ball off the bat of Barbary. And Matt McGarry, the second baseman, is able to make that play. 2 gone in the seconds. So now Tyler Miller will come up. Bottom of the order here for Forest City is Matt Reed, the head coach, once again putting good hitting and good speed near the bottom, and this is his example with Tyler Miller. First pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, skips away from Harris, yet the catcher. It's 1-0. That ball crushed by Joe McDaniel to deep left center field, right where that wall goes from 25 feet down to about 10. Right next to the hitter's eye in deep center. Breakfield's 1-0 coming to Miller. Fastball swung on, chopping ball to the shortstop. Ryan Cox, watch out. Miller's got good speed. Cox boots it, and he's safe. Ryan Cox at shortstop boots the ball off the bat of Miller. And Forest City's got themselves a 2-out base runner here in the seconds. And that's quickly ruled in error, and I agree with the call. And he's 6. That ball was hit. It was hit pretty hard to Ryan Cox at shortstop, but pretty much right at him. And so I'm sure if you ask him, he'll say he should have made that play. Cox, a guy that's about as sure-handed as a shortstop as they come. But he makes an error there, and Forest City's got themselves a 2-out base runner in Miller. Don't be surprised if he goes as Connor Grant steps in. And now Brakefield will check on the runner Miller, being held on by Chaz Davian. He knows what I know. There's a good chance Tyler Miller's going here. Good batting Connor Grant at the plate, though, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Brakefield set. First offering to Connor Grant. There goes Miller. Fastball misses up and inside. Throw it out from Harris. Set to second base. Gets away. It's into center field. Miller is going to hold up at second base. Thought about trying for third. Everyone in the building knew he was going, and Harris yet still can't throw him out. Stolen base for Miller. That's his 12th stolen bag of the year. He's 12 for 14 on him, and Forest City likes to steal bases constantly. They're 3rd in the league in doing so, 1st in the West. Coming into this game, 94 stolen bases. That's number 95 this season. 7th batter to come to the plate this inning for the Owls. A 1-0 count with Grant on a fastball that almost took his head off. On the first offering from Brakefield, Miller gets his lead at second base now. A big lead for him. As Grant waits. Brakefield set. 1-0 to Connor. Breaking ball hanging. Breaking ball misses or got him on the inside corner at the letters. It's 1-1. Connor not pulling the trigger on that hanging breaking ball. Surprising to see him take a pitch there. Crowd really back in it for Forest City for the first time. Checks Miller at second, does Brakefield from the stretch. 1-1 to Grant. Fastball swung on, foul back in out of play. Grant swinging to ball 2 on a high heater. It's about eye level to him. He knows it too. Shaking his head after swinging at it. It's 1-2. 3-2 lead for Forest City. 3-run bomb from Joe McDaniel, who gets it done again. Kid's on fire. Brakefield set, runner at second, 2 outs. There's 1-2 to Grant's. Fastball swung on, popped high in the air, playable for the middle infielders. Matt McGarry at second, Ryan Cox at short. Who's it going to be? Ryan Cox, the shortstop, makes the play, standing on second base. And the inning is over as Grant flies out to Gastonia shortstop. At Forest City takes their first lead of the game, a 3-run home run from Joe McDaniel, who gets it done again and stays hot at the plate. To the top of the third we go here when we come back. Stay with us. You're listening to Owls Baseball on the Forest City Owls Radio Network.